Well, big week. Certainly a really big week for our team. Obviously, we've been playing really well, but this challenge this weekend is like none that we've had for a very long time. We're going on the road. We're playing. It's essentially the three top teams in Conference USA. Rice is ranked ahead of us at 18th in the country. North Texas is a tremendous challenge on the road. They're a way different team on their home court. My team that almost went to the Sweet 16 a couple years ago, if you guys recall, went to North Texas and lost in the last regular season match of the year. It is a very difficult place to go in and get a win. And so the challenge will be great, but we're looking for a great challenge. And so we're excited to get this week moving.
How hard is it to keep the players focused on that North Texas game first? Obviously, it's easy to look ahead to Rice, but how do you keep them locked in and getting that first win?
Well, I don't think it'll be tremendously difficult because I think they understand how difficult it is to go into North Texas. They're a team that was banged up a little bit early in the year, got off to a little bit of a rough start, but they're playing fantastic. They're playing will essentially be playing for first, second, and third this weekend in this conference race, and so I don't think there'll be any of that. I think that this is a tough way for the schedule to lay out. Where the two teams that are playing at the top of the league, not only do you have to play them on the road, you have to play them in the same weekend on the road late in the year, and so the way I approach it is the challenge. I think the challenge is great for us, but maybe the pressure is great for both of those teams because, the home team carries a little bit more pressure in terms of trying to get it done on their home court, and we can go in there and just kind of let it fly and see where we are. I'm looking forward to it because I don't think. Obviously we want to go in there and get to and stay in first place in the conference race and do all that, but it would be hard to come out of this weekend without getting something very valuable from it, whether it's a first place standing in the league or whether it's just being exposed, with two weeks left before you go into tournament time because, we haven't been exposed in a while, and I have no doubts that we will be this weekend going out there to Texas.
I was going to ask, is this going to kind of show you really where your team is at? Obviously been on this incredible winning streak, but you haven't really had two back-to-back matches as tough as this. So will this kind of weekend show you how good or where your team really stacks up?
It absolutely will. This will absolutely be a measuring stick. I don't think, when you're winning, you're not as good as you think you are. When you're losing, you're not as bad as you think you are. And obviously we know we have a very talented team, but, it's been a while since we've had a real stiff test. And I think you learn a lot more from losing, from being exposed. And so as long as our kids go down there and play really, really hard and go out there and do what we do, I can't imagine not being able to come home with value from this road trip. And so you don't want that big stiff challenge to come once you get to the conference tournament. And so it's great. It's a great setup. Yes, we'd rather have them in Diddle Arena, but to go in those challenging environments 2 weeks before you have to go right back there for the conference tournament, I think can be valuable no matter how it turns out.
You've gone through a lot of the conference to this point. Do you see much of a gap, or what is the gap like between North Texas and Rice in the stretch versus the competition that you've been able to handle so far?
Yeah, I would throw Florida Atlantic in that group. I think they're the fourth team that you could throw in that group. Florida Atlantic and North Texas just played Sunday at Florida Atlantic, and North Texas beat them in 5 sets. So I think the four of those teams have really, kind of separated a little bit, if you will. Texas, San Antonio, Texas is, UTSA's really, really played well as also, and so, but this is the cream of the crop so far, and these are both teams we lost to a year ago on our home court, and so we know going in what kind of challenge we're up against.
Not much has changed as far as results since the last time we spoke to you, but how have you seen your team change, or maybe it's just maintaining that level of consistency?
Yeah, well, if I'm being honest, I hope this weekend gets their attention a little bit again. It's the one concern I've had about our team this year is we're so incredibly young, and we're ahead of schedule. This is the kind of team that I thought we might have next year or the year after. And, so we're ahead of schedule to have that kind of season like we're having right now, but we're relying heavily on a lot of freshmen and sophomores. And, high school season's ending around here right now. And so these kids are used to being done, and they're used to road trips being 30 minutes away, not in El Paso, Texas or Miami, Florida. And so I've sensed that our team is fatiguing a little bit right now. And, we've tried to do some things to keep them fresh. And so that'll be put to the test this weekend as well. But that's probably been my biggest thing. And I'm hoping here right at the end, a big weekend like this will kind of bring everybody back, snap them back a little bit, and we'll feel good about where we're playing moving in. We had a Friday night match against UTEP, and then we gave them a weekend off. And so, it's my hope that we're refreshed a little bit and can kind of stay strong here down the stretch, because with a young group, sometimes that's a difficult challenge.
Coach, what does 20 wins in a row mean to you, if anything, there in the race?
To be honest, I guess I recognize the accomplishment. I recognize how hard that is. It's hard to win 2 in a row, but I'm guessing you guys could live with if another person never got in front of you and said they take them one game at a time. I'm guessing you guys could live with that. So I don't want to say that, but you just get wrapped up in each individual challenge and what it takes to win the next one. And, one of the things that sometimes is frustrating for me in our program is people think we just slide the jersey on and go win 20. That's what Western Volleyball does. And look, I promise you, we have to work very, very hard to win the next one. And, I think that it's not that we're just so gifted beyond everybody that's on our schedule, but I do think that we find a way to value every opportunity, and you very rarely see us slip. You very rarely see us not show up. You very rarely see those things. And so it truly has been a process, one right after another, to get us here. But, again, I think it just says a lot about the culture. I talk a lot about the culture of our program, and I think that's what it speaks to more than anything else. Is being able to get ourselves there night in, night out, to be able to put together such a consistent streak.
And obviously you never want to look past North Texas, but with Rice, it's the battle between 2 ranked teams, 2 ranked Conference USA teams. What does that say about the 2 programs, the 2 Conference USA teams that are ranked in the top 25 of the country?
Well, I just think it's great for our league because we play good volleyball in this league. Conference USA plays really good volleyball, and it goes beyond Western Kentucky and Rice. And to be able to get 2 of our programs, with the spotlight on us in the national rankings, I think really elevates the profile of our league overall. And that's really important because there's a lot of good teams that go, deeper into the standings that are quality volleyball teams with really, really talented coaches. And so, that's exciting. I think Rice and ourselves have both positioned ourselves very well to be playing in the NCAA tournament. And again, multiple bids in our league, I think is something that is something that everybody, every coach, every pro, every kid, every team in our league can be proud of, because it's a culmination of what everybody's doing to elevate the standing of Conference USA.
Anything else for Coach?